Hi everybody, my name is Mary Hall Scott. For those of you that don't know me, this video is going to be about cartridges, and I'm gonna let you in on some of the research I did when we were designing our cartridges for micropmu tattoo supply. So I am a cosmetic artist, I am a paramedical tattoo artist, I run 3 locations, operate a school, Permanent Makeup Designs Academy, and also am the owner of micropmu tattoo supply. So when I was doing research into cartridges, one thing that is the utmost of importance is backflow protection or cross-contamination protection. So we are not a sterile industry. We use sterile cartridges that are single use, but trust me, I am a radiation therapist. I am an x-ray technician, worked in level 1 trauma centers, ORs all over the place for over 15 years. And when we are in our setting, we do not have a sterile environment. So that's a one-off that I can have with individual artists, because really when you bring up that topic, it's like talking about religion or politics to many people. So what you can see here is I took a bunch of different cartridges, okay, and I broke them all down, and I looked at the actual needles, I looked at the taper, I looked at the design, I looked at the cartridge itself, I looked at the end plugs, I looked at all sorts of things when we were designing, again, the micropmu tattoo supply cartridges, and when I chose to carry the VIP cartridges. So I've got some broken apart here because I'm sure you guys can't see this on this paper, but you can buy very inexpensive cartridges, okay? And yeah, it's gonna be, there we go. You can see it. This cartridge is just a clear cartridge when you take out the inside. There is nothing in it, okay? This is the needle that goes into this cartridge. So you just have an empty shell here. Now when you look at our VIP needles, see that plastic piece in there? Okay, that's added protection. And here's the needle next to our cartridge. So again, when you go down to inexpensive needles, you just get a shell. Now they're gonna tell you that they have a membrane, because they do, okay? There goes my cat. They have, oh no, my cat messed me up. They have this membrane right here. Just like if you look at our needle, we have this membrane right here. But what I want you to notice is that extra little piece in there, okay? A lot of needles have it, a lot of needles don't have it. Here's another one that does have it. A lot of you might recognize this needle. See, down in there, you can see it again. Here's the needle that goes into this cartridge. So see that extra piece of protection in there? What that does is if you break apart the needle, you can see that extra piece of protection in there. That gives you a really good picture of it, okay? And you look at the needle itself, this plastic piece fits into that piece of protection. So that's your first defense against bloodborne pathogens or anything backflowing into your machine. Then your second defense is this full membrane. So you can see it's a full membrane. No matter how I turn it, you can see the membrane all the way around and then the backstop. So this cartridge, when you put it together, goes in like this. Okay, you heard that snap. It snaps right in there. And some of these were really hard to get off when I was doing all my experiments. But you can see then that that plastic piece fits into the piece that's in the cartridge. Again, this is your first layer of protection. Oops, I got the needle sticking out. Okay, the needle's not sticking out. The first time I had it sticking out of the hole. So you can see that those two pieces in there fit together. That's your first protection, and then your membrane is your second protection. Okay, here's something important that I want you guys to know, and when you're using a cartridge, I want you to go ahead and test this. So I just have a little dropper here, and I actually took a generic cartridge that is like a PMU cartridge. Notice the difference, right? This is for your NC and stuff. if you drop water into the casing, you don't want that water to come out the other end, because anything that comes out the other end can go into your machine. So see that? See that water? See it dripping? Okay, that's not good. All right, let's go with a VIP cartridge here. Again, we're gonna put the water in there. Okay, so you can see there's water in there. Okay, see how nothing comes out? There's 2 layers of protection in there. If there's blood, if there's ink, if there's anything in this cartridge, it's not going to go back into my machine. Okay, let's take another cartridge and show you. Put the water in again, turn the cartridge upside down, and look at this one. I didn't even have to hit the plunger, and it's coming through. So again, if you've got any blood, ink, anything that's contaminated in here, and once you've broken that skin, everything is contaminated. See how it runs through and can flow back into your machine. So these are all things here. I can do one more to show you this one. Just to show you, we put it in there. Oops, wait a second, that's not fair to that cartridge, because I know that this cartridge doesn't do that. I spilt it on the outside of the cartridge. Okay. Oh, I did it again. I'm filling the cartridge too full. Okay, you guys can see me do it here. Let me put not too much water in. Okay. Nothing comes out. It doesn't come out the bottom. Okay. So again, you guys, when I was deciding to go with the VIP series, and when we made our micropmu tattoo cartridges, we used the same system as the VIP does. So we have the double protection system, and we have the full membrane. So looking at all these brands, looking at all these needles, you know, actually looking at the individual cartridge, breaking it down, looking at the stopper, looking at each individual membrane, how the needles were made, all of that sort of stuff. That's the research that we did to come up with our VIP and our micropmu. So if you can put water into your cartridge and it drips out the bottom, then that means that anything in that cartridge can be dripping out of the bottom and going into your machine. So I hope that helps when you're looking for cartridges and you're trying to decide one over the other. Okay, thanks, bye.